Just couldn't do anything, but I believe, I'm 100% for sure, I'm going to pull it up this evening, get it to the mayor, I'll get it to the clerk so they can get it out, because I believe it's giving the police department and officers more authority to get those squatters out of there, because usually they couldn't touch them, but I believe they just passed it for the whole state.
He's like, I did it. I finally spoke. I just had to get over that hump. And for a second, it felt like everyone saw that. I was not just some guy here to collect a check. I stood on business. I said what needed to be. Said only for this woman to come bum-rush the mic like she's running a WWE promo. Completely hijacked the moment. Like, can I breathe first?
To you, Andrew Holmes.
Oh, yes, it is.
I was kind of actually surprised to hear you just speak. A lot of people want you to resign. Honestly, people really don't want you here. Ooh. And I'm just being honest. This is not personal.
It is the way she said it sounded like something straight out of a schoolyard, like a bunch of kids ganging up on one chanting, "Nobody wants you here." That is cold. It just came off so harsh. I mean, sure, there is some truth to it, but the way it was said, brutal. Hey y'all, it is your girl J9 Eve. Do not forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now, listen, there is a Dalton Village meeting happening tonight, Monday, June 2nd. In fact, it is literally going on as I am recording this, and something just went down in that meeting that I had to talk about. Holmes finally decided to speak up. He regretted it almost immediately, but at least he said something. A topic came up that Holmes clearly thought he had a solid grip on, but the moment he opened his mouth, something happened that made him instantly wish he had stayed quiet. And you will see exactly what I mean. Just wait, keep watching.
Squatters. The building is boarding up. How they squatters? There's no entry to the building. Get them out of there. Simple. Thank you.
Okay. Comments received.
So he said, squatters. Yeah, he really brought up the squatters. Now, look at Holmes. Just look at him. He's like, pick me, teacher, I'm ready. Put me in the game. Coach? Oh, he is going to regret that one. Now on the squatter situation, I think let me double check tonight, but I think the state of Illinois just passed something new. I believe it gives the police more power, more authority to go in and physically remove squatters. Because before, they'd show up and nothing, hands tied. Oh my God. What's hilarious is he's saying all this stuff like he knows what he's talking about. But it's clearly one of those cases where someone barely knows the surface of an issue. Then hears the same rumor everybody else did and decides, you know what, I'm going to stand up and repeat it like I'm some kind of authority. Sir, the crowd already knows how squatter rights work. That's why they are upset. Jesus, come on, Holmes. They wave around a printed lease they found off the internet. Fake and cops just back off because they're powerless. But now, he's like, oh yeah, I'm almost certain I'll pull it up. Then why speak at all? Why say anything? You're not sure. You just admitted you might be making it up. Maybe you dreamed it, possibly might have overheard it at the barbershop. But suddenly, he's the expert. What kind of help is that? They might have power now. What power? How does that help us? He has no idea. Holmes put the pen down. Stop pretending you dropped some knowledge. He really thinks he nailed that. Oh my God, poor guy. Look at his face. Everything's back to normal. No one remembers Vegas. Yes, we do, Holmes. Tonight, I'll get it to the mayor. I'll get it to the clerk, so they can distribute it, he says, because supposedly it grants more authority to cops so they can remove squatters now. Previously, they couldn't do anything. But now, according to him, something passed statewide. Look at this man, he did not even say what it was, but it passed. Could have been gas for all we know. Something definitely passed, though. And here he goes, promising he'll get the info to House. This man is so used to talking like this around Tiffany's crew, they never need proof. No one even bothers to back up a single thing. They're always like, I'll make copies, hand it out to everybody. But guess what? Nobody ever sees the paperwork. Not once. That's why he's comfortable saying, I'll find it and I'll send it to House so he can give it to you. He has zero intention of doing that. They lie like they breathe. But don't worry, he's about to be held accountable. Do not stress. Matter of fact, drop your guesses in the comments. Who do you think is going to come up next and absolutely drag this man? All right, calm down. Uh-oh, you recognize her. Yep, and she is storming up there. First off, good evening again. She's about to snatch that mic off the stand. She's on fire. This is her first time attending since the new administration. Came in so first congrats, but now down to business. She's not trying to stir up drama just to stir it, but this has to be said, and she is aiming it directly at you, Andrew Holmes. Honestly, she was shocked you even spoke up and shared your thoughts on this. That's literally what you should have been doing this whole time. But instead, your behavior has been wild. Absolutely wild. You straight up abandoned the community. You made it clear, crystal clear, that it was never about serving the people. It was always about riding with Tiffany's agenda. Your voting record confirmed that for everybody. People are calling for your resignation. And yeah, you've been asked. We all know you refused. But truthfully, the community doesn't want you here anymore. That's not personal, it's just the reality based on how you've acted. You've stayed silent while serious allegations flew all around you. Not one word, not one explanation. And then you just slide back in like nothing happened. Slide your not little your, big self back in and start spouting off random talking points about squatters like that's going to fix anything. He really thought, wow, I made it through a speech with no booze. I must have killed it most to know. I am genuinely glad this woman stood up and said what everyone else was thinking, because no, sir, it is not just business as usual. You do not get to waltz back in here like nothing ever happened without offering a single explanation, a single apology, or even acknowledging the way you voted and the clear loyalty you showed to Tiffany. That absolutely should be addressed. You cannot just slide right back into that seat as if people have forgotten. That is exactly why she felt the need to say something tonight. She made it clear she did not want to take up time during the budget meeting and has never spoken to him directly and honestly. She does not plan to. That is unfortunate, but it is real. She said it plainly. He is the one person she has absolutely no interest in engaging with. And the truth is, a lot of other residents probably feel the exact same way. She was not yelling. She was not being disrespectful. She was simply voicing what a whole community has been feeling. And yes, she was giving it to him. Someone had to stand up and say what needed to be said. And let me tell you, she was the perfect one to do it. She is the shade queen, okay? She is the messy princess in the best possible way. This is the same woman who got Kamal on camera with all those wild sidewalk interviews. 90% of them were her doing. She will talk to anyone, confront anyone, and she is not afraid. And let me tell you, I appreciate her. I really do. I live for this kind of messy with a purpose energy. She was right at some point, whether it is tonight or another day, he needs to open his mouth and address everything that has been said about him. All those allegations that he is trying to tiptoe past. You cannot just sneak back in here like nothing ever happened. That part, yes, that's it. Thank you, Queen. Now, we roll into the comment section because Holmes is about to clap back. Oh yeah, he is going to respond to what she just laid out. But before you scroll ahead, drop your predictions in the comments. What do you think he is about to say? No cheating, get your guess in now, because I already know he is about to hit US with something like, I'm not going to speak on it now, but I will when the time is right. Oh, so now you are going to just stay silent. Really silent on those serious allegations. That is your plan. You are just going to remain quiet. If this man does not get off that platform and out of that seat, he does not belong there. This is not the kind of person you want lingering around in office. He is like some shadowy figure, hiding in the back of the room. The awkward presence that makes people uncomfortable. Honestly, he is like the dusty cobweb in the corner of the room that nobody wants to deal with but needs to be cleared out. Gross. Just thinking about the nonsense he has pulled makes me mad all over again. And the way he always spoke like some old-time movie character, like every word came in sepia tone. He would echo everything Tiffany ever said, without fail. Anything that came out of Tiffany's mouth, he would follow up with, yes, I agree, that people definitely need exactly that. No questions asked. In every meeting, his only role seemed to be to co-sign Tiffany and push whatever she wanted. Zero thought, zero independence. Just, yes, Tiffany is right, and we must all agree with her. End of story. And now that serious accusations are swirling around him, he suddenly wants to claim silence. Sir, you are going to be real silent when you are locked up, and nobody hears from you again. He keeps repeating this weak excuse about pulling something up later, saying he is almost certain and pretty sure Illinois passed something that now gives officers more authority to remove squatters. And he is talking about, I will get it to the mayor and the clerk so they can get it out there. But he cannot even say what the bill is or if it even exists. But he still claims it definitely passed statewide. Just look at him. He is sitting there like, yes, I did it. I spoke. I finally said something. I broke the silence. Maybe now people will stop saying, I am just here for a paycheck. But the timing could not have been worse, because just when he finished patting himself on the back, this woman came charging straight to the microphone, already talking before she even reached the podium. And that was the end of his little comeback. Fantasy. First off, she starts with a little polite formality, congratulating the new administration, but it is clear she came with a mission, and that mission was Andrew Holmes. She tries to ease into it, saying she does not want to cause unnecessary drama, but she also makes it clear this needs to be said, and it needs to be said to him. She admits she was surprised to even hear Holmes speak on the issue, because frankly, that is the bare minimum of what he should have been doing all along. His behavior, as she puts it, has been absolutely outrageous. She accuses him of straight up abandoning the community. From her point of view, it was never really about the people he made it. All about Tiffany, and the way he voted only made that clearer. A lot of folks, she said, are calling for his resignation. She even mentions how he was asked to step down, and he refused. But now she is just being honest. The people really do not want him here, and the way she said it, it hit different. It felt like watching some kid get kicked off the playground, with the other kids surrounding him like, nobody wants you here. It was cold, harsh, and yeah, it might be the truth, but hearing it out loud like that, brutal. She goes on to say that, with everything going on, he has not said a single word, not one. These are serious accusations, and instead of owning up or even acknowledging them, he just tried to sneak back in and pretend like nothing ever happened, like it is business as usual. No explanations, no apologies, just vibes. She even jokes about that Pledge of Allegiance he seemed to have taken to Tiffany, and says that needs to be talked about too. You do not just strut back into your position like nothing went down. And she makes it very clear that is exactly what it looks like he is doing. That is why she stood up to speak tonight. She said she intentionally held back during the budget meeting and never spoke to him beforehand. She does not plan to now. In fact, she bluntly says he is the only person on that board she has absolutely no desire to talk to, ever. And what makes it all the more biting is how she throws shade with such grace. She is like a lyrical assassin, quiet, calm, but cutting deep. She says other residents feel the same, and she is not trying to be mean, just honest. She is not yelling, she is not name-calling, she is just channeling the frustration of the entire community, saying what others are probably too polite or too tired to say. And she finishes strong. At some point, whether tonight or in the near future, Holmes has to speak. He cannot just keep ducking and dodging. He owes this community a full explanation. He cannot just weasel his way back into his seat like nothing happened. Period. That was it. Mic drop. And then, of course, Holmes tries to respond. Y'all, this man really said I am not going to address it now. I'll remain silent. Oh, he's going to remain silenced. Like that's supposed to be a power move? Look at him. The way the camera freezes on him, it really does look like he is wearing a full face of makeup. I mean, it is probably the lighting, but you cannot deny it. That man looks like he just stepped out of a photo shoot. But back to the point, he is standing there, acting like he just delivered some wise statement by choosing silence. Sir, no, absolutely not. They ask if there are any more comments, and honestly, Holmes better not open his mouth again. He needs to sit there quietly and accept the fact that no one trusts anything he says. His credibility? Gone. He is part of the go-along-to-get-along crew, the kind of politician that folds under pressure and does whatever keeps him in favor. And remember, this is the same guy who proudly ratted out his own brother for stealing Amazon packages, trying to use it as some kind of flex. Look how much integrity I have. I even turned in my own brother. Okay, but did you turn yourself in for your shady actions? Of course not. Ain't that something? He got all this supposed integrity, but only when it makes him look good. Hey, Holmes, real question. Where's all that integrity now? Did your brother steal that too before he went to jail? Is that what happened? Because you sure seem to be missing it. This man, Holmes, I cannot with him. And the best part is, I do not have to. I bet you he will not say a word at the next meeting. Mark my words, he will sit there, stone-faced, mute, praying nobody calls on him. And as for me, I am done. I am not doing it today. Now behave, because I will not.